hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk with your hosts, Juicy and Julius. How are you
Hey,
today?
good. How are you today?
I'm doing
Good to see
good.
you.
It's good to see you as well. So, I have a very interesting show today. We're going to talk about child support. Is it necessary? And all the issues surrounding child support. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Welcome to Juicy Talk with your host, Juicy. Live Thursdays, 8 p.m. Crucial conversations, special guests, love, relationships, and healing together. It's going to be juicy, y'all. Let's go. All right, well, we back in action. So, child support.
Child support.
What you think about child support?
Well, I, I guess the subject isn't necessary. Only thing with,
Go ahead.
okay, only thing with child support, I don't quite understand that there's how some people, whether it be men, women can get child support too, right? Men can get child support.
Yeah, men can get child
Okay,
support too. It's child support is for whoever the
is that
residential
very common though?
parent is.
Is
I
that very
I
common?
think that it's common for whoever is the residential parent to pay child support. So one of the reasons why this was a viewer request. This is the viewers wanted to talk about the issue of child support and the issues surrounding child support and is it necessary? So I was getting a lot of feedback from the community that was basically talking about
Oh wow.
so someone says their husband was receiving child support, so yes, men can receive child support.
Okay.
But one of the reasons why we decided to do this is because a lot of viewers they wanted to talk about the subject of child support. And one of the things that they wanted to talk about is the fact that a lot of men have been stating that they feel like it's unfair when they have to pay child support. So that's what we're about to dig into. First of all, I know a lot of women who don't receive child support. I know a lot of women who don't receive child support, and I know a
Is
lot
that
of
by
men.
choice? By choice or
So that's what we're going to get into today because I know some on both levels. You, I think I know some people on both levels. I know some people who are paying child support and they are absolutely upset about it because they feel like it's not being used to take care of their child, that the woman is using it to
by
take
Gucci
trips
bags,
or
going to Aruba, girls trip, what they call it, girls night out, or how I feel about stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's a lot of controversy when it comes to child support. One of the things that I hear from a lot of men, and I've heard one of the issues that I've heard quite often is that men have said that women, she's using like one of the issues that a lot of men have around child support is that child support can be used for anything. So you don't necessarily have to actually spend it on the child. You can be taking your child support and spending it on going out to eat or whatever. And that's where a lot of men would like to see child support on, like, kind of like how a flexible spending account would be, where you can only buy things that are pertaining to a kid. So you can only buy clothes, you can only buy food, you can only buy diapers or wipes or whatever it is, or pay for tuition or pay for daycare with the child support instead of being able to use it for everything. And so the kickback that I hear a lot of women say is that basically that all of their money goes to the support of a child. So whatever is brought into the pot, it all benefits the child in the end. And if you're in the comments and you're a male in the comments, because I got a lot of males that be out there, if you are a male and you're in the comments, basically let me know how you feel about child support. If you're a person that is paying child support or you're on child support, what do you feel about it?
I have some of my male friends on child support. They don't like it, but
Why don't they like it?
again, they just said how fair to how they're using the money going like you said going on trips. I don't think that's necessary. Just use it for what it's made for the child. Books, clothing. They want something nice. You know, but none of this. What?
No, I'm listening to you. Messy Boots says child needs lights, gas, food, clothes, schools, and a new Coach handbag and a Mercedes.
Oh my! That's what I'm talking about. See,
Well,
see, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks for
and
confirming
and
that,
she
messy
said
boots.
and she said children go on trips too, which is
Where they
facts.
going? They need to
Kids,
be getting education, not no
that's
trips.
true, but
It could be an
you do take.
educational
I
trip,
take
right?
my kids on trips, and it's okay. Like my kids, they got their passports. When I travel, they travel too. So I think that it definitely depends on the person. But when I think of child support, I think that we should break it down. So if let's just say the average male spends $500 on child support, right?
Hmm.
Let's just say the average. Okay. When we break, let's just say the average woman gets about $145, $150 a week in child support. That actually breaks down to about $20 a day.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's $20 a day. And I don't know. And I think that when you look at like daycares make more than $20 a day.
Mhm. But that's based on their income, right? That's how
It
they come
is
out with
it
the
is
cow
based on the
income.
income.
So somebody making like 1,500 every 2 weeks.
So I'm just saying, like for the, I don't know, because I think they take in a lot of different factors. That it's a lot of factors that come in when they talk about child support. One of the factors that come in is they look at the income of both parents. So they look at the income of the mother and they look at the income of the father. If if both
Put that up there.
if both the mother, say the moms, I'm just going to use the average, like if a mom is making $25 an hour and the father is making
What happens if
$50 or $45
what happens
an
if
hour.
what happens not to cut you off,
Okay.
but what happens if the man is making less than the woman? Does she still
So
how does that work?
that's why I'm about to tell you
Oh,
how it
okay.
plays out. So for people that don't know how it works for child support is if the mom makes about, let's say she makes 25 and the father makes, let's say 35, 45, they add their incomes together and then they take a percentage of that based on the lifestyle that the child would have based on both parents' income, not one person. So they don't really, they look at both incomes. So let's say the mom makes, and then they look at the father's expenses and the things that he comes out to, but for the most part they look at what would that child's lifestyle be like if they had both parents involved.
Get
And
that.
when they're thinking about it, because when you think about it, the child shouldn't have to
Someone
suffer
said get
because
another job. What's this? Let's see, Boots. Please call in, please. Please
Messy
call.
Boots, you need to
Messy Boots.
call
Yeah,
in.
because I got something to say to you.
It says some people can inflate the circumstances and that can create tension.
Mm.
And someone else says, get Messy Boots.
Said,
Messy Boots ain't playing with y'all
I
today.
know. She said
She
get
said,
another
get
job.
another job.
April.
I mean, it's about the kid.
April Moore says, "Hey, April, how are you? Thanks for chiming in."
April says the money will go to the baby mom or the next woman or man. I can't be mad. Like, so,
We got a man, Derek. What's Derek saying? Derek is saying,
that's a good scenario. What happens if you take yourself to child support? I don't
I
know.
don't know. A lot of men do that.
I think it's some men that take themselves on child support. I definitely think it's some men who take themselves on child support.
Mm, that's different.
Yeah. So I think that, I just overall, when we really look at the context of child support, if you're paying $500 or less, if you're at least paying $500 or let's say $600, it's about an average of about $20 a day, right?
Okay.
And that's really not a lot of money when you think of all the expenses that come along with
Some things are
the thing. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of people that feel a lot of ways about that.
I
Just
know,
so
right?
yeah, so it's a lot that goes into child support, and a lot of people pay a lot of child support. And I just think we need to talk about it.
Okay.
Y'all can call in.
Alan Robinson, this is what he has to say.
Yes, you can. Some of them don't want to deal with those lunatic mothers. And I get that too. Like a lot of
Ooh.
people talk
And that's
about
coming from another woman. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Women, oh my goodness.
But on the flip mode, she say, Messy Boo say, know who you sleeping with. Mm-mm. It's a case by case basis. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a deadbeat that don't do shit when you should, then you should get taxed. I absolutely
Okay,
agree with
okay,
that
I agree with
because a
that.
lot of times I feel like the reason why child support was put into place is because it was a lot of men who were abandoning their families, and the women, especially back in the day when women didn't have the option of, you know, going to having a job or didn't make the same type of income. A lot of times women, that's why child support came into place because it was a lot of people that
Post my friend,
were walking away. I'm gonna post
Terrence.
everybody as we
Terrence.
go down. Women take men to child support and still ask for money. Is it
Oh,
right to still ask for money?
no,
Because you don't think it's right? No, why?
no.
No, why you don't think it's right?
Because I'm sure someone that's given child, if I had to do child support, I would do my child support and still see my child once a week, twice a week, or whatever the law, whatever's set in place, I would do what is necessary. So why would I want to, you know,
Well, we said this child support is $20 a day. And it's just a percentage of what you would have been paying when you were in that household with that woman. So if you were married to your husband, y'all was in a two-parent household.
my wife?
I mean, married to your I'm just saying in general, I'm
Oh,
saying like
okay.
if I'm
You
thinking
make it
from a
sound like
woman's perspective,
people
I'm
think.
saying no, talking from a woman's perspective, you're married to your husband and he's no longer in that household. I am, and he's no longer in that household, then she still has to pay the light bills, the gas bills. She still has to pay the rent. And why should she have to put in more because he is no longer in the home? If he chose to leave the home, if they couldn't work it out, or whatever the circumstance is, that child shouldn't have
Put in
to
what Juju
suffer.
say.
I am. I am. Juju, there's a way to avoid this situation, man. It's called condoms. You don't complain to the finance company or the bank for the new whip you purchased. I'm so glad I didn't have to experience this with my son's father.
Well, it takes two, Juju. He didn't do it by himself. Thank you very much.
That's true. Some people,
Right.
so in response to you, Juju, somebody says some people meet representatives before the real person come out. And that's
Yes.
true. A
Thank
lot
you.
of women are caught up in situations that, he was glittering, but he turned out to not be gold. Or she. All
Thank you.
right. My dog eat fish.
Man, what's her name? Missy Boots. Please
Messy
call in.
Boots.
Come on. Please call in. Well,
So Be Good said I paid child support and spoiled my girls. I couldn't punish my princess because they mom slipped.
that's
And
what I'm
that's
talking about.
absolutely
Thank
right.
you, King. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
real talk. And
Way to go,
actually,
King.
absolutely. And it
Right.
actually really matters when it comes to it's really about the child.
It really is. Absolutely.
It's really about the child.
It's always about the
It's
child.
about what's in the best interest of the child. And a lot of times I think that we don't really think about
What?
uh-oh.
What?
Okay, now Messi compared a dog to her child. I don't think she really compared her child to a dog. She's saying if her dog eat $50 a week, how much you think a child would actually eat who has to eat 3 times a day? She's saying as children are more expensive. If your pet is $50 than your child. So
Way more.
I don't think that's what she was saying, Be Good.
LOL.
Yeah, Messy Boots is sipping on them.
I see. Had 2-1-2.
She didn't compare it. So I just want to say, like a lot of times they going ham in the chat, y'all. They
I know,
going
right?
ham.
What's up with everybody? This
Hey,
was a
they got hey,
they
I
got
mean, people feel very passionate about this subject because, it is a lot to go with paying child support, But
so.
I go
But the
ahead.
other thing with child support, right? Once you get behind on the child support, they take you off to jail. And how you supposed to pay this child support if you're in jail or not working?
I
It
definitely agree with
make it make
that.
sense.
Yeah,
How do you pay this child support if you're in jail?
I agree.
I don't know.
People in jail do pay child support. They do though. Like they do take
Oh,
child support for them. Like if you working at a job,
at the jail? Well,
if
you
you
making a
working in jail, you making $1 a day, they sending your
right.
kid $1 a day, but they pay us something.
Wow.
And my thing is this: a lot of times we got to think about men. Are you being responsible? Women who pay child support, are you being responsible for your child? Because I feel like if you're doing everything that you're supposed to, because people don't actually think about all that comes into being a full time parent. I know a lot of women who would rather the father be actually present in that child's life and spending time with that child and, you know, being an active participant in that child's life rather than child support. Child support is actually just a, becomes an issue because you're not handling your business. Or women, that goes for women too.
What's my boy Ken? Let's see.
Wait 1 minute. Say, I realize it takes two, but it's only one who is complaining, and that's usually the man. And why
Yeah,
is that?
because we don't want to wind up paying.
Is it? So I just want to know: is it a thing? Do men actually want to keep their kids full time and let the mom pay child support? Is that even a thing? If you're in the chat and you're watching, have you taken care of your child? Because I know as a mom, like I get child support. I do get child support, and to me, I think that my kids go to private school. And I'm telling you that my child support, and I do get a substantial amount of child support, but my kids eat my child support. They getting their hair done. I got two girls getting their hair done. Um, their expenses is way more. They need a whole job
How
by themselves.
how often are they getting their nails done though? Maybe you need to
I
cut it
mean, they're
down.
not getting their nails done, like, they're not getting their
Oh,
nail
okay. Like
they're
you getting your nails done?
young, but no, I'm saying, like, their hair, I said
You
their
got your nails
hair.
done today, right?
I did get my nails done
Okay.
today, but I'm saying, like, they got their hair done, they're getting their hair done every 2 weeks.
But what about women that kind of like
Ooh,
what?
that's a good topic.
What's that?
So,
Oh,
Hugh said, "What about when you find out
khaki.
the kid khaki?
Mhm.
Khaki, what about when you find out the kids aren't yours?
I was
Why
just about to
man
mention
can't
that.
get the money back or the woman do
Right.
prison time for fraud?"
Yes.
Actually,
That
I
I
think
was
that
just
is
about to
a
say.
thing now. Like I know that in the Ohio Revised Code now that because a lot of men they just walk away and they don't actually pursue it in court. But you can, let me be the first to put it out there. It is you can take a woman to court for fraud if you've been paying child support and she and the child wasn't yours.
Mhm.
Now the flip mode of that is that if you did not request a paternity test and you chose to sign the birth certificate without a paternity test, then and you weren't married, then you are still responsible. It's like you sign away your rights against the paternity test. So
Wow.
therefore, you are legally responsible, and you're saying, I don't need a test to determine I'm that child's father.
Assuming
I am
responsibility.
saying I am assuming responsibility for this
Yeah.
child. So a lot of times when women are not sued, it's because the man has made a decision that he signed that affidavit and said, hey, I'm the child's father and that's it. But another really messy situation that a lot of men find themselves in is if you're married and you have a child, that child is your child regardless.
I agree with
Even if your wife, she went and messed around with another guy, even if she was with somebody else, if you're technically married, even if that child is not your child, because you're married by law, you are legally responsible.
mm,
They have not changed the law on that. Messy Boots say, pay your support.
No, that
What should really be examined is what the father does outside of child support. Child support. Personally speaking, the child support I pay is little, minuscule to what I provide in being a man for my kids. And I agree with
way to
that.
go,
Like,
King. All right,
yeah,
King.
way to go, King. We
That's what I'm
need more
talking about.
men like that. We can't even claim them on taxes. So that's not
Oh,
actually accurate. You can claim your child on your taxes, but you have to ask that when you got to ask for that.
oh yeah.
Um, you have to
So
ask.
a woman can collect child support and write the child off. Collect.
Yes.
Oh wow.
But it is a way, just so you know, there is a way, Khaki, for you to claim the child. If you're paying child support, even if the mom claims the child, you can still get tax credit for the child and claim the
Mm.
child as a dependent on your taxes if you claim head of household, even if she's claiming them, you know.
Someone said,
And I do agree. I feel like a test should be mandatory. And I think it would get rid of a lot of mess if it
yes.
was mandatory to take a test, regardless of if you're married or not. Like, I just think that it's about the child and and securing the child's
Not the
family
bag,
and
not
just
not the
knowing.
bag, not securing the bag, but the kid.
Yeah. making sure the kid, making sure that the kid has
Proper
their whole
family.
family,
Yeah, absolutely.
because
That's important.
how disappointing is it for a kid? Like, I know somebody, and I'm not gonna say no names, but this individual, they were in a situation where they had a child when they were younger. It didn't work out in that relationship. He signed the birth certificate and said that it was his child. So it was his child. And when the child was like around 13 years old, when they came out with the home paternity test, he actually, after paying child support, he married somebody else, had other children, and this child would, come over every other weekend. And so basically what happened is like around 13, you know, without knowledge of the child or the mom, he took a home paternity test and it came back that it wasn't his biological child
Wow.
and the child was 13 years old. He actually told the child. He was, upset clearly, and he told um, he told the child. And, it was like a really messy situation because the child was put in a really terrible situation because it really changed. They changed the dynamic. It really changed the dynamics of that household and that child's relationship with their parent. And it's unfortunate that that would happen.
Mm.
Now you have 3 years from the time that the child turns 18. If you find out that somewhere along the line it was fraudulent, that you can petition the court as well.
Mm.
So what is that? If you can sign to notify child support if married. Okay, so I guess that Sweet Pea is stating that there is something a notify child support if married. You can sign to notify child support if married. Oh, you can notify child support if you're married, letting them know that you have another person in your household and you got a family because they do take into account if you have another household and other children as well. You should be able to claim child support on your taxes, in my opinion, because like I just think about me or just a lot of other women I know. Like when you're paying, I'm still taking care of my kids. My income is still going for my kids. Like I may be pay get child support, but it's not so much. I was married, to my husband or whatever. At the time, my ex-husband, we were married. We were in a two family household. My yeah, my kids shouldn't a two parent household. I'm sorry, my kids shouldn't have to suffer because we didn't work out for whatever reason. They still should have the same security as they had regardless. But I will say that for all that I do as a parent, child support is a drop in the bucket. My kids don't. I don't. My kids eat child support. That's what they do because they bougie and they like to go out to eat in fancy restaurants.
I know, right? See what she say?
Okay, she said we want it all.
That's those tennis balls.
She said we want it
Is
all.
that a tennis
Cash,
ball?
money, dick, and balls. I think that's what she was trying
Man,
to
get
say.
her off this show. Security.
Now, right, security on Messy Boots. Messy Boots, we need you to call in.
Hey, Wanda.
Hey, Wanda, every child that's born should be tested for paternity, whether the couple is married or not. I
Absolutely.
absolutely agree with you 100%. And I don't know why. And I do feel like eventually down the line that will come because it's been so many issues. The other thing is in some states,
Why is that an issue? Because women are lying.
I think it's because men don't know.
Women
It
are
ain't so much
lying.
women lying. Men
What?
don't know.
They
Like
are
I mean,
lying.
both of them
I mean,
lying, I guess.
No, ain't nobody. No.
Some
Women are
women
lying.
do lie about who the
Right, who the
father of
baby
their
daddy
child is,
is.
but I think a lot of
Because
times
they
people
mess up. They mess up with the wrong guy. And they find somebody like myself, trying to do the right thing. And I'll be paying for a child and it ain't mine. I'll be mad.
take a paternity test. It's your right. I say every man should take a paternity test. Period. Like I do, and don't wait until the child is 13 because that guy that I know who didn't he did a behind back door paternity test on that child. Like that's completely destroyed his life. His kids, those kids grew up together as siblings. Now they're no longer, to find out that your sister is no longer your sister,
I know, right?
that is such a devastation for those kids who love each other. And now the parents are being immature. I still don't know what was the purpose of point. Like, I don't understand what the purpose of the point for that father to get a paternity test after you've been raising this kid your whole life. Like, what would make you do that? I don't
Right.
understand
Yeah,
that. At that point, it doesn't matter. I'm sure, like, if you've been loving this child for so long, why would you not want to be a part of this child's life anymore? I don't understand. I just don't get that. They don't know unless they take a test, but you cannot waive away your rights to take a test. You take your test, do what you're supposed to do, unless you marry. Now, if you marry, I do feel like you should get in trouble for that. If you married to somebody, you have a baby, and you find out that child is not you, you think you married to your wife, y'all supposed to be with just one another, then you can't. And you find out that child ain't yours, you wrong.
I know. On both
Ain't
sides.
no
though.
understanding.
Both sides. I think on both sides.
What you mean?
I mean, like a woman spring up and say, you know what, that's not your kid. Thinking
Yeah,
all that. You be married.
that's true
You
too.
be married, you still be like, that's not your kid.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's very hurtful. I just think overall, like, and what about the situations where, you know, women are in this situation, they didn't tell the man all this time. We don't lie, we just don't tell.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's wrong.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm
Lies of omission is still a
You
lie.
see what I'm saying? See, that's what. See,
Mm.
the other,
Messy Boo said if he married, he probably cheated first. A lot of times
Messy
people be
Boots,
having
man.
open. Listen, but if we gonna talk about it, we gotta talk about the whole situation. A lot of times people be doing all kind of different stuff in their marriage. People be swinging out here, they be having open relationships for times, sleeping with different people, and then you find out the kid not yours. Like, don't be mad, just own that. Just own it, take care of the kid. Because in this situation where this woman that had this kid, she had messed with him and his friend. So it ended up being the
Messy.
friend's baby, but he knew, but before he claimed the child and signed the affidavit that it was possible, he did not get his money back, by the way. And I will say this too, like in some states, if you are married, like, so for people who like to mess around with people who are married, in some states, as a man, if you have sex with a woman, like say a woman is married, her and her spouse separate for a time, she start dating somebody else while she's still married,
Mhm.
and she gets pregnant by, the
The
man
other
that
guy.
she ended the other guy, and she has the baby while she's still married, and say her and her husband decide they want to work it out, that other man, even if he knows that's his child, he has no claim to that child
Oh
whatsoever.
wow.
Even if he wants to be in a child's life, even if she knows they had a 3, 4 year relationship, the baby was 1 years old, but she's still married, and she goes back to that husband. I know somebody in that situation too, where they live in a different state, and got pregnant, was separated from her husband, got pregnant, was in a relationship with another guy. That relationship didn't work out, and she
Mm.
went back to her husband. And the other guy, he was like, "Hey, I want to be a part of my child's life." She was like, "This is my husband's child now."
Mm. Oh,
And
wow.
it was really kind of like a setup situation because her and the husband couldn't have kids. So it be some deception going
Whew.
on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is long. We were in a custody battle for 4 years, in and out of court. The judge kept ordering status hearings due to the other party making false accusations about the child's health and needs. It was extremely costly. We went to mediation. Nothing was accomplished as the other party refused to compromise on anything. I'm talking about to holiday time, no summer visitation, very little access and time with the child. The most ridiculous offers you could imagine. It took 4 years that 4 years of that before a settlement.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
terrible. And I
Mm.
and and this is why
Thanks for
child
that
thank you,
information.
Sarah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And this is the reason why a lot of women end up going to child support. We talk about women trying to get over, but there's a lot of women who don't want to put a father on child support, but as a punishment for that woman not wanting to be with him, they punish with money.
Mhm.
And so therefore they refuse to take care of the child. They refuse to do anything for the child because they are mad at the mom for not being with them anymore. So they don't want to do anything. And so then she's forced to go to child support, you
No, I
know?
get it. I get it.
And so it's a lot of circumstances as well where she may not necessarily want to take a man to child support, but is left with no other alternative, like Sarah said, where he just was defiant, didn't want to do anything, kept it tied up in court. Yeah, and it's not cool to tell a lie. But sometimes the truth does hurt. And sometimes people don't want to know. I know a lot of people who, and I just feel like, so men in the chat, if you've been taking care of a child for 13 years or so, and this has been a child that you've been a part of this child's life all of this time, would you want to know that this child is not yours? Would you want to know? Put in the
Mm.
chat if you would want to know, or call in. Would you want to know, or would it even matter at that point?
Somebody said she picked them.
He picked her too.
Yeah.
So let's
Oh.
be if we gonna be fair,
Oh. Let's
he
see.
picked her too.
Let's
If
see.
you picked a liar for a baby mama,
Mm.
be better because men tell women that all the time. Choose better. Men choose better.
Mm. Works both sides, huh?
Somebody said, I know somebody that paid child support and he can't even see his child. That's crazy to me. But a lot of times when it comes to situations like that, if you're paying child support, you are supposed to see your child and you can petition the court. You have rights, but you have to establish paternity. A lot of men don't go like you don't in the state of Ohio, if you get a woman pregnant and you're not and that woman is not married to you, you do not have any rights. Fathers, you do not have any rights. You have to establish rights for yourself. And if you don't establish rights, you will not have any recourse. You won't be able to say anything. Hurt people do hurt people.
Yeah, it's so common now.
Absolutely. And I definitely feel like all men should establish paternity early on in your, you know, before that, when that child is young, establish paternity as soon as that child is born.
But what about women that like hold kids over them? Like, you know,
Use the kids as
yeah,
weapon. There's a
yeah,
lot of women that use kids as weapons.
yeah. I don't
I
like that.
think men and women both. Like like I know, it's a lot of women who are really good moms who just chose not to be in a relationship with that man and decided to move on
Or go
because
back with the guy she was with before.
whatever the situation
Oh my
is,
goodness.
whatever the
Mm.
situation is, she decided
I'm
to
gonna get some
move
hate
on with
mail
her
soon.
life.
I'm gonna get some hate mail. I know the phone will be ringing tomorrow. I know.
She decided that, she didn't want to be in that relationship.
Afterwards.
The
Really?
men, the
After
men,
the baby though.
yeah, but men punish women too, though,
How? Tell me that.
by not by not doing anything for their child.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be with me, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm
Not a
saying?
real
It's men who quit their jobs so they don't have to pay child support.
that ain't a man though.
That is a boy.
That's a boy. That's not a
Absolutely.
man. A real man don't do that. What's this?
What does that mean, Messy Boo's Papa Smurf had experience? What does that mean?
Man,
I think Messy Boo's might be drunk. It's no more Wind Down Wednesday, Messy Boots.
where you calling from, Messy Boots? You from Cleveland?
Where you at, Messy Boots? So yeah.
Is it a tennis ball again?
No, that's I think a laughing face.
Oh, okay.
It's a laughing.
Oh,
Be good as laughing. But yeah, I think, we just got to do better as a people overall when it comes to our kids, and what's in the best interest of our children. Like, we got to start being healthy when it comes to the rearing of these children. Like, that's why we have so many issues in some society. We see such a, recklessness amongst our youth and like this nonchalant, don't care type attitude. And it's coming from a place of not having that family structure, not having that family dynamic of having both your parents in the home and the love and the care. Like, it does take two people to raise a child. It really does. And the fathers it takes a really,
it takes a village.
It really does take a village. It really does take a village. You're absolutely right.
Mother, grandmother, all that.
He said, okay, hold up. We ain't talk about women trying to get over. Call in, because I don't know how women be trying to get over. No, I'm just kidding. Call in. I despise a woman who uses their children as pawns. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
But it's a lot of women who won't let the father see their child. No, he wants to be in this child's life. No, and I despise it too, because I definitely feel like kids need their father.
They need both.
Yeah.
Both is
important. That this this father wants to be a part of his child's life and wants to be actively involved. Why would you want less for your child?
That doesn't make
any sense. That's so selfish.
That don't even make sense.
Yeah, fathers matter. Fathers matter, and they're important. And we do.
We was important when y'all slept with us.
And we want y'all to get y'all kids.
Right. We was important when y'all slept with us.
We want y'all to get our.
We ain't important after you have it though.
Look, we want y'all to get y'all kids so we can hang out with our new boo.
Oh, that's what you didn't have another boo. Didn't have another kid. Now you got two kids.
Tracy said, "Hey, Julius."
Hey, who said that?
Tracy Howard.
Hey, what's up, Trace? How are you doing? Thanks for responding.
Hey, Tracy.
I'm gonna go see your brother pretty soon down in Atlanta. So thanks again for that connect.
Yes. So it's definitely. Don't nobody want to call in today? Hold up. Let me make sure.
Are y'all trying
to? Let me make sure that it's on. Let me make sure that I paid the phone bill. Hold on. Let me see. Did I pay the phone? Let me see if I paid the phone
You
bill.
paid. You paid.
Did I pay it?
Yes.
I think I paid it.
I think so.
I'll
too.
be paying my phone bill. Let me see. I'm
She
gonna
not-
open it up. I'm gonna open it up. So if you want to, you can call in. We're taking calls.
Don't be afraid to call.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid now, baby. You always say I'm singing.
Always.
People be saying stuff, I be hearing songs. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I'm thinking right now. Let me press this. I can't
Okay.
get it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Man.
Jamila said child support pays my phone
Man.
bill.
Man. See, I'm
Girl,
talking
not
about.
all these phones I'm paying for over here. Shoot. I'm paying for everybody's phone.
What's it say?
It says the court has no Just Beat says the court has no jurisdiction on child support cases. What happens between a man and a woman is their business. Challenge the court, but be prepared to do the research. Ooh, speak on it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Just Beats.
Just Beats 100. Say you ain't got to pay it. Okay, we got the Hardy fan club.
Hey.
Hey, Nia.
Hey,
Thank
Nia.
you for tuning in.
Thanks, Nia. Thank you.
Hey, Sanella.
Hey, what's up, Sunil? Hey, Kim Bro. It's Kid Bro in the building. Juju, what Juju got to say?
Oh, Juju said it does not take two to raise a child. Ooh, fathers are important.
Yeah,
Why do you say
man.
fathers ain't important,
Yeah.
Juju?
Come on, man.
Juju, you gonna have to call in.
Angry black
Juju,
woman.
you
She's an
can't.
angry black woman. She's an
Ooh,
angry
Juju,
black
don't go
woman.
down as the angry black woman now.
Come on now. That's not true. That's not true.
Fathers are important.
Juju, you have a great son. He's an excellent son. Excellent young man.
Did you raise him by yourself, Juju? Did you raise your excellent son by yourself?
He's a very good kid. Very nice.
And listen,
young man.
You know, we were having this conversation.
He's a nice kid. Young man.
We were having this conversation. Can women raise good men? You know, we're gonna have to do a show on that because I have some thoughts on that. Because I do feel like women can do a good job raising. Because we know what it takes to make we know what women want. So who better to teach you than your mom how to be good to a woman? I feel like your mom teaches you how to be good to a woman.
Okay, but also she also needs to teach a woman how to be good to a man that's worthy of her goodness.
So the mom teaches
her daughter.
No, I agree with that. But I was just talking about the sons. I was saying that a mom teaches her son how to be good to a woman.
Oh, okay. In that aspect. But as far as like and women
should teach their daughters how to allow themselves to be led by a man. But what it looks like to be led by a good man. But you got to have a good man. You know, you have to have somebody that is worth following. Absolutely. That's a whole nother show, y'all.
And also a woman needs to, Let's see what's
Okay. Sanella says, what y'all think? Someone cheats on someone and has 2 babies by them. 2 later find out after paying child support and helping with both that only one of the kids was his. How old were the children when he found out? Man. I want to know that.
Good God Almighty.
He only finds out that one of the children was his. Then later he fights to stop child support. What the hell? When did he find out that the child wasn't his? We know, Nia, we know what women want, but not what men want. So I think every man is different according to what he wants because and I don't know so much.
Oh, 6 and 8.
They were 6 and 8. That was pretty young. But that okay, first I'm gonna answer Sanella's. Hey Sanella. We love Sanella when she is on live with us. So I want to say this. Y'all happy? Y'all like this subject?
I know, right?
I want to say this though. 6 and 8. it's a lot of love already established. I'm curious, Sanella, did he stay in the children's lives? Because in my opinion, like if I'm just thinking from a woman's perspective, and I can't think like a man, but I can't imagine if somebody came to me right now, I'll just use it in this context, and they told me that one of my children was switched at birth and my baby is not mine.
Mm,
It's no police officer in hell that would be able to take my child. I would leave the country before I would allow somebody to take my child that I've raised in my
mm.
home
That's
my whole
deep.
entire
That's
life.
deep.
I wouldn't care if you my child by life circumstance. I love you, you love me.
You know, that's
I've taken care of you my whole life. Ain't no way I'm gonna leave your life. Can't no paternity test tell me that they not my kids. I don't care what the
you know
situation
what
is,
this
right?
kind of reminds me of. Not to cut you off, like I was adopted, so my mom probably feels the same way.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Like it's nothing. Nobody come take my child
Yeah,
from my house. I wouldn't care if you was my child biologically or not.
yeah.
So it's always mind-boggling to me. Now I can understand him wanting the child support to stop, but how do you walk away from somebody that you love, a child that you love? Hate the mama forever, but don't take it out on the kids.
Mm. Ooh, I like that.
That's my personal thing. The mama wrong, the kid ain't had nothing to do with nothing. So about men, we can't teach. We have to teach our daughters what men want. But I was just referring to um boys. What what would a what would a father teach his son on what he wants as a man? Because I feel like every man would want something different. I'm
Mm.
sure that what Hardy would want wouldn't be the same as my 22-year-old son, what he would want in a wife or in a woman. It wouldn't be the same. So I don't know. I was just specifically talking about the male child. Facts. A lot of men need to learn nothing more valuable than their legacy. And I agree with that.
That's good. That's good
Legacy is
statement.
very important.
That's a good statement. Very
Yes,
good
very
statement.
good statement. I can imagine him being a mess, but I also feel like to a certain extent it's self-induced. Like unless she is stopping him for being a part of this child's life, if he actually he's if he was were they married, Sanella? Put in the chats if they were married.
He's a
I'm
mess.
a yeah, I'm gonna go back. I don't want to mess up your name, so I'm just gonna say Izzy. We were in a custody battle for 4 years, in and out of court. The judge kept ordering. Oh, I think somebody already put that. Okay, I don't know what that is. Somebody said it's lit in the chat. It is lit in the chat.
I know, right? It's on fire. Let's see.
Okay, thank you. Sanella, get hurt all the time. The mom and the dad should be ashamed. Sucks the children suffer. The children shouldn't have to suffer though.
Mm.
I don't feel like the children should have to suffer. That's self-induced. Unless the mom is saying like this ain't your baby, you can't see that child,
In front of that child.
and then that would be different. But if he was paying child support, that means that he's already signed that and they weren't married. That potentially that means that he already signed that affidavit stating that that was his child in order to be able to petition the court for her to even get child support. And I am. And if that's the case, then he still has rights. And if they were married, he do have rights. He's that child's father regardless. Thanks, Juicy. I did not raise my son by myself, but my mother raised the three of us by herself. And my father was in the household before she divorced him, which was the best thing she could have done for our family. No, Juice, I've never been to a been a bitter black woman. I know that's
I
right.
know.
She ain't bitter.
She ain't better.
Okay. So no, this woman has one he cheated with.
Mm.
Okay. But were they married though? Or they
Apparently
no,
not.
she
Right.
said no, they weren't
Right.
married.
Right.
So if he already did he establish if she was getting child support, then somewhere along the lines
It's a mess.
he
Like she
still
said.
has rights. It is a
It's a
mess, but
mess.
he still has rights because he had to sign a affidavit. Just Beat says stop having kids with people who can barely take care of themselves.
Ooh.
Got a point there.
No. Don't hurt them.
Can barely take care of themselves. If you can't financially take care of a child without help, oh shoot, wait, hold up. Who you talking to? The women or the men? Hold up, just these. Stop having kids with people who can barely take care of themselves. If you can't financially take care of a child without help, you don't need a child. Men rarely take women to court for a support order.
Hello. Thank you, Beats.
If it takes two people to
I
tango.
like that. I like that.
It takes two people. I'm just saying, it takes two people to tango. It takes two people to tango, and just everybody that's responsible for a child should be responsible. Like, I think that it's a lot of women who can take care of their kids, and they are taking care of their kids by themselves. But why should you have to? You laid down with this woman, you made a baby with this woman. You know, take care of your child. Be a man about stand on business for your child. It's not even about that woman. What about that's your legacy. Where you should matter.
But some women stop. Women stop act. You know, they stop. They change when they have babies.
Sometimes they
They
may, but guess
change.
what? But what that got to do with your child, though?
But
She has the right to change.
But she prevent them from seeing him, though. That's what the
Now, if
issue
she
is.
no, that's not what he's saying. He's saying stop having kids with people who can barely take care of themselves. If you can't fight, and he's talking to men, stop having women. I think you let me know, Just Beats, but I think he's saying men stop having kids with people who can barely take care of themselves. If you can't financially take care of a child without help, you don't need a child. So he's saying like women don't need to have kids if they can. And I agree. I can't be mad about the part. If you can't take care of your child, if you can't take care of yourself, you shouldn't be having children. But I will say that it takes two. Take care of your baby.
Undoubtedly.
And he wanted to still have a relationship with the kids. It's messed up because he's the son's father, and the daughter is sad and will always be. That's terrible. Like, I don't understand that. Why are we making children suffer? There is no way. I don't care if I found out my child was not mine. She's still my child because she's my child by love. Like, love made her my child. It would not make any difference.
But the reality of it, though.
How do you walk away from a child? To me, if you can now, if the mother is making him not be a part of this child's life, then that's a problem. The biological mother, then that's a problem. She needs therapy. She needs counseling. She needs to get herself together. But if he's walking away just because he's not blood related and he loves this child, that's self-inflicted. I'm just saying you don't have to. You don't have to pay child support, but you can still be in that child's life if you want to.
But yeah, he can be, but he probably would like not as much.
Somebody say, ninjas, wrap it up.
That's messy boots.
Okay, I see. Be Good agreeing with Just Beats 100. That's cool.
What's that say?
It hurt, but at best, you uncle now. Yeah, that's true. He's saying it may hurt, but at best you uncle now. I don't see why you still can't be dad. Bonus dad. Dad by choice.
Bonus dad.
Yeah, dad by choice. Mm, is this a response to just Beats 100, Juju? Because Juju says, stop effing bum ass women just because she has a big ass. And women stop laying up with fuck boys living in their mama's
Basement.
basement.
Wow. I'm speechless.
Ah, yes. I have to agree.
She said yes.
Stop having sex with women you're not going to marry. The state is responsible for every child. Just Beast 100 said the state is responsible for every child that has a birth certificate and social security card. You have no ownership of your children. CPS makes people know this when they show up.
Ooh.
Conscious brother.
Yes. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Look. Mm. It takes two to make a child, but ultimately the children look to their mamas. So I always tell women don't have children with the sole intention to have the other person be responsible. I absolutely, you know what?
Oh,
That's like, what's the song say? Mama's baby, Papa's maybe.
maybe.
You know,
Wow.
I mean, you could take that two ways. Like maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't. I do feel like women, when you have a child, you should have that child because that's what you want to do.
Is it possible to accidentally have a child?
I mean, it's people who get pregnant and don't know until
The tubes
till
are
they
tied.
give birth.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Bang bang.
All right. I see we got a bromance jumping off in the chat. Yeah.
What?
Being silly.
Oh,
But
I was
no,
like, oh,
I'm just saying, like, I do. Yes. Agree. Don't have kids. If you should have the child if you want to. Have your baby because you want to, whether a man is there or not.
well,
I mean, because that's how life is.
yeah,
And it
that
doesn't
is.
necessarily have to be a man walk away from you. You can have somebody that you love pass away. You can have a
Right.
beautiful relationship with somebody that you plan on have a strong, solid relationship. And this person passes on and you end up a single parent. That wasn't your intentions. So
Absolutely.
you should be prepared for whatever
That's
in
what.
life,
See,
period.
that's what it always where it comes from. It takes a village.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? And actually, I'm gonna just be real. I didn't take my ex-husband to child support. I didn't take him to child support. He took himself to child support. And what I wanted from him, he went to child support because he thought he would probably pay less, but he ended up paying more. I tried to tell him.
All right. Hard hit. See.
I tried. You know, you know, we still really good friends though, and we co-parent very well together.
You have good kids, good girls.
Yes,
Nice.
yep,
Your
my
son
girls
was
and my
here not
boys.
so long ago too.
Yeah, he's
Nice guy.
amazing.
Amazing young man.
He is amazing. This was really good. I guess nobody wants to call in and talk to
They're
us.
afraid. They
Artie.
scared.
They scared.
They're scared. Don't be scared.
That's what responsible people do, plan for their children. Absolutely. And
Yes, that's a
listen,
good point. Very good point, Valerie. Very nice point.
and men need to be prepared too. Because we talk about women making a choice to have a child, regardless. But men need to be prepared too, because you can find yourself in a situation where your child's mom get in an accident, pass away, or
Yeah.
anything, and now you have to stand up and be a full-time parent to your child. So everybody needs to be responsible. Like we have to make sure that we're taking care of our children and loving them completely and totally and giving them everything they need and being selfless when it comes to raising the next generation who's probably going to be taking care of us, like and taking care of the planet.
Fire.
Who's fried?
Probably Juju. She's probably talking about Juju.
Yeah, you got to catch up. You done missed a lot. But if
Yeah.
you just tuning in, we're basically talking about child support and all the issues around it. We got a lot of people who feel some different ways. Some men feel like child support is not necessary, that it's a fraud. Don't be going to pay for child support. You ain't really got to. You know, take ownership, take responsibility. A lot of people have said, you know, don't have kids with people who can't take care of themselves and are not
Or
responsible.
living in the basement with their
But the
mama.
bottom line is that when it all boils down, everybody need to be responsible for the next generation and the
I know,
kids that's
right?
coming into this world and they
Which
didn't
is
ask to
already
be
messed
here.
up.
You know, it's all fun, you know, when
Making a baby.
you making the baby. I can't reach that. Dang. It's all fun when you making the baby, you know what I'm saying? But come on now.
If it's 2 minutes, it's still fun. That's 2
Some
minutes.
people that's 2 minutes of your life.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It'd be the best 2 minutes of your life.
Like that's it. That's it. My bad.
But no,
Talk
like,
about my bad.
my bad. 2 minutes. That'll
Right.
make you mad.
I'm-
Don't be 2 minutes and then I don't even like you for real. Like
Right.
2 minutes and you get me pregnant. And I can't even
Oh.
remember it. I got the 18-year plan. 2 minutes. That you fresh as on.
You know?
Mm. Child support. Okay. Mr. White says child support is necessary. I also believe there's a conflict when the decision is made to have the child against the desire of the man. Ooh, good point. We
Right.
got to talk about
I know
that.
that's kind of deep. He
Mm.
come in. He come in.
Man, yeah, dropping nuggets, Mr. White.
All right, Mr. White.
So
All right,
look,
King.
I got a question to ask. Drop in the chat if you a man in the chat. And women too. Do you feel put a why if you feel like men should not have to pay child support if they do not want the child? Should men have a right if they to say like, hey, I don't want to have a child right now, and she decides to have the child and it's against his wishes, should he be obligated to pay child support? Speak on it. If
I
you
say,
know,
yeah, he
if
does.
you
He does.
if you feel like
He does.
men should have to pay child support anyway, put a Y. If you feel like he shouldn't have to pay child support, put an N for no. Yeah, I mean, because
Why is responsible as a man? What she says, no,
wrap it
no,
up.
no disrespect, Valerie. Why has to be man wrap it up? Why can't a woman use something too? Right? It's not just a man responsibility to wrap it up.
So far, it seems like the women is saying pay that child support anyway because you should have wore protection.
Right. I agree. I'm
And
with the why.
and you should have to pay it anyway. And
Ooh,
Derek is
said
saying no.
no.
Derek, I need you to put in the chat or
Ooh.
call in and tell me why you say no.
All right. Okay.
That's deep.
Oh, okay. Wrap it up. Yes.
So what happens if you're not in agreement? Who should decide? You can wrap it up and the condom break and she still get pregnant. Then what happens in that scenario?
Well,
I mean, I just feel like it. What you feel, Artie? What you feel? Like, should a man be forced to pay child support if he doesn't want to have a child? If she knows, like, listen, we sleeping together. I'm but I don't want any children, and I that's not what I want for my life. I don't want any children. What do you think? Should he have to pay? And she knows up front when she start messing with him that he doesn't want children. She fall in love and she stopped taking her birth control without telling him. Or she just end up, they use condoms and it's one time it break and she just happened to get pregnant.
This is exactly why you have to be careful who you sleep with. This is a perfect example of why you have to be careful who you sleep with. Because something like that could happen. You can't.
Yeah. I don't feel like I mean I don't I'm really torn about this situation because I don't know who gets to make the decision. Who gets
Apparently,
the
woman.
final
The
who
woman.
that's how it's always
It's the
been.
woman.
But if they don't so if we're saying if the
How?
consensus is
But how are you gonna
both
stop a
people
woman from having a child and say, you know what? I don't care what you're saying. I'm gonna have this baby, whether you're involved or not. I'm gonna have this baby. So the man has no say so whatsoever.
okay, so if she's
So
saying she's going to have this baby
okay,
regardless,
right.
right? Should a man be obligated to pay for child support?
He has no choice at this point.
But that's what we're debating because it's like to a certain extent, I feel like if it was I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
If she's making a decision like I'm having my child regardless,
He has no say so.
I don't know if I feel like definitively that he should have to pay child support. I don't know if
No,
I
if he laid down with her, and those are
but
the
on the flip mode of that, right? It's like so who get that's why I said who gets to make the
the
decision?
the woman. We're just donating our sperm, pretty much. We're sperm.
Now, if I would have said that, I would
would
have got all kind of hate mail. If I would have said that
but it's
men
true.
are just the donors, I would have got all kind of hate mail.
Well, I can say that
Cause you're a donor.
because apparently not, because I don't have no kids.
I'm saying you know biologically.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Wrap it up. Yes, we all need to be responsible. So the chat is sitting looking like women is like pay that child support.
What Messy Bone said?
You can't play. I'm about to put it up in a
I
minute.
know she got
Wrap it up. Yes, we all need to be responsible and we all need to be in agreement whether to keep it or not. That's deep. But wrapping it up is 99.9% only if you're using it completely and totally accurately. And it's not always, people get pregnant on condoms. Birth control is not 100%. The only
have
thing
a
that's 100
conversation before you.
Messy Boo said, have a conversation before you pull it out. So Messy Boots, are you saying if he hitting it, you're like, I want to make a baby? You better be like, I don't want to make a baby beforehand. What he supposed to be saying? Y'all like my clapping sound?
Right.
All right. Have a conversation before he pulls it out. And I feel like, even with wrapping it up, that's not always people get pregnant on birth control. People get pregnant with using protection. Like it happens. Like I feel like the only full safe plan to not have children if you don't want to have children is not to have sex. Abstinence.
Ooh,
that's the only way. I mean, and that's my thing. So on the flip mode of that, then be ready to pay that child support regardless.
I don't think so.
If that's necessary, because
Right,
you don't have, like, you might be with a woman and she's like, "Hey, you ain't got to pay child support. Just take care of your child.
Right.
Get them,
Come see him.
we gonna do shared parenting. You have them half the time. I have the half time, and I don't see any problem with them. What did he say? Brenda, how I'm gonna kiss you and convo. Oh, Messy Boost. I think Messy Boost Be Good wants to know how you gonna kiss you and have a conversation. Ooh. I'm gonna have to do a dating show in a minute.
I know, right? That would be nice. I like dating shows.
But it needs to be documented. Ooh, she said so. Sanella says no, but it needs to be documented. So when you mean documented, are you saying like before they enter into a relationship, he needs to have a contract stating like
by the bed, have a contract by the bed?
I mean, listen, I am all about letting your expectations be known up front. I feel like contracts, people enter into relationship contracts all the time and just don't set their terms. I know people who have actual contracts that are written out on how their relationship is set up. This is what I expect from you. This is what you expect from me. If this changes, this is what happens. And I don't have a problem with that. So I actually kind of agree with you, Sanella, that if you know that you're with a person and y'all don't want to have children, there should be some type of contract that is signed before sex happens to be like, hey, We not having no. If you get pregnant, you choose not to abort, then or not to have this child, then you're going to be the sole financial provider of this child, and I'm choosing not to be a part of it.
Ooh, that's deep.
I mean, that's unfortunate for that
That is
baby.
really is.
So Lewis says, I believe 100% in a woman's right to choose. I get concerned about a woman solely deciding she's going to keep the should and holding him 100% responsible for the ultimate decision. Okay.
So we don't have a. That goes to show we don't have a decision.
And that is, I do feel like for the most part, men don't have don't, they do, but they don't. Because you could not have sex.
But you know, this is.
Practice self-control. Don't sleep with a woman. Only sleep with women who got their tubes tied and hysterectomies.
So that's a part of the list now.
Do you have a uterus?
I got to add my list. Add that to my list.
I mean, you might need to if you don't want no kids. It's always, Derek says, it's always a woman's choice, but that's why they had abortions for people who weren't ready. Both are responsible. You better know who you laying down with.
Right, I agree.
You both right. That's what I said in the beginning. Know who you are in bed with. You did, Messy. You got them points. Lewis.
What's Juju got to say? I always got something to say.
Wait a minute. So Lewis says it's consensus to have sex. It should also be agreement on keeping it. And when there is no agreement, that should be factored into the child support requirement. So are you saying, Lewis, that men who are choosing not to have the child should be able to pay less child support?
A real man wouldn't want to do that. That's
of course, a man would say no, but a man can't tell a woman what to do with her body. But he damn sure can be proactive in preventing a pregnancy, although accidents do happen. Now,
why is it always on the man?
Well, I will say this too.
Juju, why is it always on the man? Why? I mean,
because the child is going to be always on the woman.
I get that, but all this man got to use protection. Why can a woman use protection?
Y'all can use protection too. Permanent birth control. Y'all can get vasectomies.
I'm not doing that though.
Why not? What's wrong with a vasectomy? What's wrong with that?
I don't like the way that sounds. Vasectomy. Like it might hurt or something.
I heard it's a painless procedure. You just a little snip, some 24
nothing.
Hours of a, I'm
not snipping nothing. What's that say?
This was what you said. Accidents do happen. Oh. They do.
How's it be an accident if you're having sex?
Yeah, because you ain't pull out in time, like Messy Boo said.
Pull out,
huh? She should have to sign a waiver. That's funny. Be good, think that's funny. The conversation can happen. A lot of times, it could be, okay, I don't want any children. That's fine. We could be, that's fine. We don't want any kids. But then when you're put in a situation where you're actually pregnant, now you decide you want to have your baby.
So if you know you don't have kids, if a female knows she don't want to have kids, she should take double protection then, right? I don't think it should always be on the man.
I say every party has to be responsible. If women are going to take birth control, if she's going to, make sure that she is, being proactive and she still ends up pregnant, that is the risk you're taking when you have unprotected sex. Now, I will say, so to a certain extent, you got to be ready for whatever and whatever may come. But if you do not want to have children and you know for a fact, because what about the women who get pregnant? They know they can't, they really can't, don't believe in abortions, but they know they don't want to get pregnant. And they sleep with a man and this man get her pregnant on purpose.
How can a man get a woman pregnant on purpose?
By
make that make sense.
By poking holes in condoms, by not taking it out, it's a lot of
that method don't work. No, that method doesn't work.
It definitely doesn't work. So if that's your method, she gonna get pregnant.
Right. Don't do that.
Messy Boo said to be good, you want to go half on a baby?
Man, that's R. Kelly's son.
Oh shoot! Wait a minute. We got a love match. You already know. It's going down in my chat. Every man has the option to give up his parental rights. Let her get it from the state. Ooh. 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 That's painful.
I know, right?
Yep, sex is a contract. You are bound by the result of that sex. I'm all for it. I'm all for it too. I'm not opposed.
What you just say?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little. But my grandmama used to say, if a woman if you lay with an old man, you're gonna get worms. Like, honey, all he gonna do is give you worms.
That's not true.
It's not.
Juju.
That's hilarious.
I know, right?
Don't get worms, ladies. No, but it's a lot to take in, huh? It's a lot to take in.
I know.
It's a lot to take in. So, what are your final words? You have any final words?
Just be careful, guys. That's all I can say. As always, be careful.
You've been pretty careful.
I know, right?
Hardy been careful in this piece.
Yeah, I know, right?
He been careful. He ain't been taking no shorts.
No putting
No accidents happening on his watch. People get pregnant on birth control. I got a whole child here off birth control. For real. It's facts. IUD didn't work. She here. So birth control is not 100%. So let's be clear. The only things that are 100% is three things. A, you messing with a woman who's had a hysterectomy and she doesn't have the equipment needed to make a baby. B, the man has had a vasectomy and he does not have the ability to have a child. And 3, abstain. No sex at all.
Good luck with that third one.
Juju said it's not too late, Juice. My son's father was a senior citizen. Those senior citizens be making babies, don't they?
He made a nice son, though.
I mean, no, I'm serious. It's
He's
men.
nice.
That's the thing with men. Y'all get to have babies.
I know
forever.
Juju's son. He's a very nice young man.
Aw.
Very nice young man.
Juju, you must have an amazing son.
He is. He really is.
Somebody said oral. Oh, she said D. I said A, B, C. So Messy Boo said D, just oral. No other sex, no penetration.
She's right, though.
She is right.
She's right.
You're right.
You're right, though. You are right.
Ain't I?
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
man, that is so.
Messy Boots in the building.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. But she right.
She is right, though. She is right.
Mhm.
Can't argue that point.
Mhm. I can't say nothing about it, baby.
No,
You
you
100% accurate. Can't argue with that.
Messy, where you calling from? You from Cleveland?
Messy Boots, where you from?
We from?
Oh, shoot. Juju said, when you weak in the hips, you got to be strong in the lips. And somebody says, Valerie said, oh, I guess that's to you, Valerie. They don't have sex. Senior citizens don't have sex.
Wow.
I don't know. Some senior citizens. What's that one guy? What's his name? Is it Pacino? Who is the guy who just had a baby?
Oh, that was Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. He what? 70?
So, yeah.
So he like in his late 70s.
He like black women though.
Yeah.
He like black
well,
women.
you know.
That's Italian.
But his wife is not black, is she?
Yeah.
Is she?
Him and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, they date black women.
I know, but it's his wife that he had a baby with. Is she black?
Oh,
I don't think she's black.
oh,
I think she's like Oriental or something,
oh.
but I might be wrong. I'm not sure, but I know the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
That would be
Say the
me.
darker the flesh, the deeper the roots.
That's me. Hey. Oh, sorry.
So,
Who's that?
okay.
What's that say?
Delta Roots. Hey, Delta Roots.
What's
You
up?
you late to the party,
I
Delta
know, right?
Roots?
We didn't have like
We didn't had
a
a
full
whole
fledged.
a whole hour and 30-minute show, Delta Roots. But we do thank you for tuning in. You can always go back and watch on YouTube
Or you can
when we're
you can
done.
make a quick comment real quick.
You can make a quick comment. What we talking about is child support. Should men have to pay child support if they didn't want to have a child? Should men have to pay child support?
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm definitely gonna have to do a dating show because, like Juju, she's talking about she needs somebody. I got Be Good and Messy Boo's about to go half on the baby. I mean, what's y'all? I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do a dating show. We're gonna have to put together a dating show for next
Older
season.
people that are well seasoned.
Oh, I see. Delta Roots got a little baby in the picture with him too. He said, "I'm officially on child support as of this month." Delta Roots, are you on child support by choice or were you put on child support by force? And did you put yourself on child support? Some man put them, and I would love for you to call in if you want to, but if you don't, you could just put it in the chat. So Delta Roots said, "No, I don't believe in child support, but it's money for the courts." It is, and I agree.
Yeah.
It is. They make big money off of regulating you taking care of your child.
Woo, say that. Say that.
And it's something that shouldn't even be a thing. It shouldn't even be necessary. Child support shouldn't be necessary. You was put on child support by force. Why do you think you were put on child support, Delta Roots? Yeah. By force. Speak on it.
Yeah, I would like to hear that answer.
Me too. Yep, it is definitely, it's big business. I mean, it's crazy because it's something that shouldn't be a thing. Like we should just take care of the babies we gave birth to. And I definitely back I'm so, and I just really know, like in certain African cultures and villages, it doesn't matter. Oh, the number is right here. It's at the bottom of the screen. It is 216-254-3380.
Now, when you're calling in live now.
You're calling in live. Yep. Call in so we can talk about it. I'm waiting on you.
I know. I'm waiting too.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, and it's so many different issues surrounding child support,
Yeah,
it is. And I just really feel strongly about, it's something that shouldn't be regulated or necessary. All right.
Call from.
Hey. Hey, caller.
Welcome to Juicy Talk.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk. Let's talk about it.
How you doing? This Delta Roots.
Hi, Delta Roots. How are you?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for calling in.
Speaking about the conversation of child support, my court date was Monday.
Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Yeah, my court date was this past Monday, and my child's mother, she put me on child support. And I understand the logic because I take care of my son. I pay her every month. We even go to church together. I pick her up, we go to church. And I feel like, betrayed because she put me on child support because we had an argument last year because the filing date was October. So I felt some type of ways about it. But ultimately, it is what it is. I know the courts, they charge me 5% of the total amount
Mm.
I owe her. Let's say I owe her like $800 a
Mm.
month. It's 5% of the 800. So that's coupled in with her child support because that money goes to the courts.
That's
So
terrible.
personally, I feel like I don't agree with child support, but I feel like the system weaponizes sometimes black women to go to the courts to use it against the man, and I think it destroys the family. But
Yeah. It was
you know,
a-
that's my take on it. I don't really believe in child support, but a lot of good fathers do go down there.
So why do you? So you stated that y'all got into an argument. Was the argument over money?
Uh, yeah,
Mm.
it was more about pretty much. You know, I talk a lot of trash to her. Like she might use the child support system against me. She might say, "Hey, I don't put you on child support." I'm like, "Well, do what you have to do." I always deliver. You know, you always want to look at a man's actions, but I always deliver on the first. She has the money because we came to agreement. So, you know, she'll use things like, "Oh, put your child support." I'm like, "Well, do what you have to do." You know, and I guess she finally filed. But my
Mm.
actions always speak louder than what I say.
So this is your first child by her, or
Is this your first child?
My firstborn son.
Wow.
I made sure, you know,
Mm.
he had my last name. I made sure I signed the birth certificate.
Mm.
You know, I was there through the whole situation when he was born.
All right,
She
King.
she said she appreciated it. You know, we was in a relationship at the time.
Wow.
But, you know,
She
it was just
appreciated put you on child support.
we
Help it
didn't
make sense to me.
work out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. You seem like a
Wow.
nice guy,
Say it
man.
again, sir.
You seem like a really nice guy, man. I'm sorry that you had to go through all that.
Can you hear him?
Hello?
Can I hear you now? I can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay.
Okay, go ahead. What were you, did you hear what Julius said to you?
No, I didn't hear what he
Oh, I
said.
said, it seems like seems to be a really nice guy. I'm sorry that you had to go through all that because you seem like a really stand-up guy, and to y'all go to church together.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean,
But I appreciate that.
now,
And I was just flipping through the channel, the YouTube, and I seen it, and I was like, "It's an interesting topic." It's my first time on the show. So.
okay.
oh, thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
calling
you for
in.
calling
And make
in.
sure you subscribe because we have other shows that we talked
Yeah,
about.
definitely.
Yeah, so subscribe.
All right,
Definitely
that's cool. That's
subscribe
cool.
to Juicy Talk, JucTalk. Yeah, on YouTube. And you can
Do you-
always come to Facebook and watch us as well. And you know, the really crazy thing about it is that here you are, you want to take care of your child. This is your
Right.
first child, you're
Right.
excited, you know. How, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I was asking that.
I'm 36.
You 36, and where are you located?
In New Orleans.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you're from New Orleans, right? You wanna be in your
Now,
child's life.
yeah.
You live in New Orleans now.
Oh, I'm from Mississippi. Yeah, I
Okay.
live in New Orleans, but I'm from Mississippi.
Okay. What part of Mississippi?
Meridian.
Oh, Meridian.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I actually know some people that live in Meridian. But and you probably know them too, because Meridian is real small. But
Yeah.
yeah, so or Lisman, Alabama, which is not far from Meridian. Yeah, but
Livingston.
Lisman, Alabama. It's like
Oh, no, I don't know.
it's like a little town over. But yeah, but it's, you know, it just seems like it's something that should have and could have been worked outside of the court. But I know that, you know, when it comes to, especially if you are being there for your child, you know, it's really a unfortunate thing. But let me ask you this. The one good thing about it is now that you are on child support, you don't have to play any games. Like, you know what is done, you're doing your part, you're paying your child support. And even though it's messed up that the system is involved in your business, now you ain't gotta have no stress, no strain. It removed the stress and strain from the relationship, you know?
Uh-huh.
To a certain extent, hopefully it does anyway.
Well, we got one more.
Good luck.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
Thank you so
I
much
appreciate it.
for Delta,
Appreciate you, sir.
Delta Roots.
All
We
right.
appreciate
got
you.
you.
All right.
God bless you.
All right, have a blessed day.
You
too.
as well. Bye-bye.
So can we have Juju call back, or can we call
Yeah,
Juju?
call Juju. We gonna call you,
We'll call
or
her.
you could call back if you want to.
We'll call her,
We'll call you,
'cause
Juju.
I want to hear what she got to say.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying.
Juju, you gotta call us because
She
you
was
are
at a
going to voicemail.
disturbance.
Yeah, so call us, Juju, because we couldn't take your call while we had
Who's
the
this?
other
What
caller on.
relationship?
I'm just saying the relationship of, because when you have a child with somebody, you got an 18-year plan, and y'all gonna have to deal with each other forever. All right, welcome to Juicy Talk. Hello, Juju, are you there?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Juju. Welcome to Juicy Talk. Let's talk about it.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry. I'm hearing this. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you got to turn down your TV
Yeah,
or
turn it
whatever you, or
down.
mute it wherever you are
Okay.
watching.
It's
this
down.
at. Okay. Welcome to Juicy Talk. Let's talk about it.
Okay. This. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Very well.
very much so.
Okay. This is in response to Delta that just got off the telephone.
Okay.
It sounds like he's taking this child support thing personal. Why would you take this personal when this is for the good for the child? It's for the child's future. In case something would happen to him or something like that, then this child would get Social Security or something like that. If you do not want to pay child support, if you want to take this personally, then like I said before, you can prevent this. Yes, it does take two, but it's the man that is doing the complaining because most of the most of the excuse me, what I'm going to say. Oh, a woman can't just abandon her child. A man can do that, and they have done
Not
that.
a real man want
A
to
woman
bend
can too,
Not a
but
real man.
9 chances out of 10, the woman is not going to just up and just abandon her child like a man can. So, men, don't take this personally. It's for the betterment of the child. And whatever the mother does with the money, if she has to pay rent or something like that, because she may come up short, this is for the child. The child has to have a roof over his head. If the child has to go to the doctor, the mother has to have gas or something like that. This is for the child.
Well, we understand
And
that. We
if you
understand the
have to
basis of child
question
support.
what every dime or nickel that this mother is spending, then don't have any children then. That's it. Don't have any. I had my only child at 42. Juice knows this. I had my only child at 42 years old. I insisted that my son's father do a paternity test because I didn't want him to have any doubts. But he was paying child support, not through the courts, though. He was giving it to me. But I put him on court-ordered child support. He was upset about it at first, but I didn't do that because I had vendetta against him. I did it for the betterment of my son because since then, my son's father has retired. He did his time. He has retired. So this child support went towards Social Security, which my son was getting up until he turned 18. So it's not personal. I know it wasn't personal for me as far as child support, and it's not personal for a lot of women. It's just for the betterment of the child, and that's all. Mm-hmm.
But let me just say this: a real good man will take care of his child without, like, it seemed like the last caller seemed like he's a very genuine type person. He said they went to church together. They were already doing a couple things. They were already doing like relationship things, and he felt like that wasn't really necessary for her to do that because seemed like they were acting as a family already. That's the impression that I got. So, what do you feel about that, Juju?
Are you still there,
Okay.
Juju?
Did you hear what I said?
I'm still here.
Did you
but
hear what he
acting
said?
like,
They were.
I hear you.
It seemed like to me.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Mhm.
The impression that I got from him, like they were already acting as a family. Because he said they went to church together, they were hanging out and doing. And I guess he said it cut him off guard that she would do that because they were functioning as a family already, and for her to do that really kind of, left a really bad taste in his mouth. So you think he should that would you think that was okay for him to have that bad taste in his mouth because she did him like that?
Okay, that's good. They were acting as a family. That's good until it's not good, until they break up or something like that.
So I will say this to Delta Rose, like, and I think this is the only good thing about child support that I will say, in my opinion, for men is anything that you give a woman, right, that is outside of the court is considered a gift. So you can be paying child support for 6, 7 years, and she can go to court and say you never took care of your child because anything that you gave outside of the courts consider that a gift. I will say that. And so a lot of men go to child support because they put themselves on child support because they want credit for the fact that they are paying child support because everything is a gift. The courts will not consider anything that you gave, like and if she like he ain't gave me nothing, then they won't consider it. Like I'll say, for instance, for in my situation, my ex-husband wasn't paying child, he took himself to child support, and
Mhm.
he wasn't paying child support initially. He was just, giving me money per se, child support. He was just paying it directly to me. When the courts told him that, like, he was like, I've been giving her this amount every month. They was like, we don't care what you did prior to you coming to court today. Anything that you gave her prior to was a gift. And he was like, what? He was like, so you mean she can get back child support and all this stuff? And they was
Don't
like,
matter.
yeah. And
Yep.
I mean, of course, I didn't do that to him. And I was like, I would never, because he was doing what he was
Mhm.
supposed to do. And, but it was just in general, they took a $4,000 from him off rip.
Mhm.
And like I think they took like $4,000 out of an income tax return or something. They sent it
Mhm.
all to me and I gave it back to him. But at the end of the day, like, it was because he had rearages and because nothing
Mhm.
else counted prior to. So for in that instance, I would say it's beneficial for men to have it documented so that you can say, hey, this is proof that I'm taking care of my child. And also establishing paternity and paying child support gives you rights if you are not married. Because if you've never been married to this woman in the state, I just know in the state I'm in Ohio, you have no rights as a father. You
Mm.
have no rights for visitation. If you're not married, the mom is the sole guardian of that child until you establish paternity. Yep. So thank you so much, Juju. I appreciate your call. And
Thanks for
please
calling in.
like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Are you subscribed to Juicy Talk?
All right now.
Are you subscribed to Juicy Talk?
Mm, yes.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. And thank you for
I
calling.
I think so. Am I? I don't know.
Thank you for calling.
Uh, All right.
All
All
right,
right,
Take
bye.
thank you.
care.
Take
You
care.
too.
Thanks. Bye
Bye
bye.
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 It'll feel a lot of stuff.
I know, right?
It says, and why we on trial? Who on trial? El.
Is that Negro?
El hombre.
Hooray, bang.
Hombre
Hombre Negro.
negro.
Okay, that's different. This is. Uh-oh.
Okay. Juju just beats 100 says, Juju is part of the problem. The betterment of your son is you establishing full custody of your child. The state owns you and your child are state property. Okay. So we had a conscious
Dropping
brother.
bombs.
She said it correct though.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
Oof. That was-
final thoughts,
Oh man.
Julius. You have any final thoughts?
Hey, we had some interesting calls. A lot of people chiming in, and it's just
What are your thoughts on child support now? And thank you, Delta Roots, because I think that you gave a real life example for men who are experiencing child support. I wish I would have been able to have like a woman called in who had I wish I would have had like a woman that is actually currently receiving child support and just heard that where she had to go pay get child support because the father wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. I think that I wonder, I don't know the stats on it, but I'm curious to know, is it more women taking care of kids financially without child support than it is men who are paying child support? I'm actually curious to find
that
out.
would be
Yeah, because because we have this mindset, but when you really think about it, the average man is paying about $500. Average child support payment is like $500 a month, and it, like I said earlier in the show, that breaks down to about $20 a day. I know I take my kids out to eat, Chick-fil-A or something like that. That's $30.
so. Let's see what it said here.
Delta Root said, I disagree with you, Juju, but it's all love. My question to her is why for the government for private family affairs? Why go to the government for private family affairs? Okay, L said there's more men taking care of his kids. I know you meant go. I know. Yeah, I just, it's a really touchy subject for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. I think that, when it comes to child support, it's so many different factors that come into play. You
Yes, yeah.
know, there's so many different things, and one thing that we can all agree upon when it comes to, it's all fun and games when you're in love and you're
Making that baby.
making that baby, and y'all are excited and happy about the new love, and everything is shiny and beautiful.
Then at the end of the day, be like Scooby Doo.
And then when things go bad,
like,
and because relationships can be very complicated,
yes.
there's so many different factors that play a
Now
part.
you're adding a child to the situation.
And now you're adding a child.
Ooh-wee.
So my takeaway from this whole conversation today is we need to start looking at what's healthy. Like, are we operating in a healthy state? And in some situations, the healthiest thing to do is to go to child support because you need regulation and you need somebody to step in and to put things in order and establish order because you can't do it for yourself for whatever reason. And in other cases, when you have somebody where y'all can get along and y'all are in a situation where y'all can work together, it may not be necessary at all. So I just think that my overall takeaway from it is that supporting your child is necessary.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say the institution of child support is absolutely necessary,
Yeah, me neither. I don't think so.
but something needs to be in place so that people don't have the opportunity to not walk away from their kids and not be responsible for their children. And even though it's a lot of men who love their children and
yeah.
are there protecting and loving and taking care of their kids, it's a lot of men who walk away who don't want to do nothing for their children at all. And so we have to have something in place. And this is the thing. Child support can't make a man pay. You can get it's 1,000 women out here who got child support. That's a whole lot of women. Thousands of women who are out here who have child support orders and not getting a dollar or a dime.
It catches up with them.
I mean, if you don't ever work, it won't. Or if you working under the table, or if you self-employed, because this men that are self-employed that be lying, I don't make no money. I'm in a negative, you know? And so oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Delta, for subscribing to my YouTube and following me on Facebook. Thank you so much. I
Follow me too,
appreciate
right?
you. And you can follow Hardy Entertainment, DJ Hardy,
Put my name.
Julius Hardy. He's on there as well.
Yeah.
Julius Hardy, DJ Hardy, Hardy
Sure,
Entertainment.
sure.
Wait, you gotta do it. Wait a minute, you gotta. Yeah, so I think that my takeaway from this conversation is that, and it might be equal, Derek. I think my takeaway is maybe child support is not necessary, but support of your child is. So let's do what's healthy in our community. Let's stop arguing in our community. Let's raise our kids. Let's be there. Let's collectively take care of our children and be a active, loving participant for our children because they are the ones that need us, you know? I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so it's just so necessary to take care of our children. We can't let them fall to the wayside. They didn't ask to be here and they shouldn't have to deal with adult consequences because the adults in the matter are not being adults. Yes. Follow Julius DJ Hardy. So yes. Um, you know, that's just my takeaway from it. I thought this was a really good show and a really necessary conversation. And it was a lot of people who had a lot of passionate things to say. It's a very, like I said, this was a request from our followers. You know, it was a request. They wanted to talk about this. They wanted to talk about child support and the issues around it. And we have so many issues in our community around raising our kids and raising our families and taking care of that we shouldn't have. We should operate in a healthy state and learn how to work together. When you know better, you do what? When you know better, you do better.
In order to subscribe to you, can you write into the box how to subscribe?
Yes. So if you want to subscribe to Juicy Talk, you can follow me on all social media platforms at the bottom, JUC Talk on all social media platforms. Also, you can follow me at My Shell Gilbert. That's where a lot of people follow me at. That's where all the exclusive content is. That's MYCHELE Gilbert, Gilbert. You can definitely follow me there. And I have somebody I wanted to talk to. I don't know if she is on here. I wanted us, before we get off, I definitely wanted to talk to her. I have a friend and I want her to call in because she got something. And I thank you guys for tuning in and being here with us. Yes. And we appreciate you. And if you have tickets, it's sold out. This is a sold out event, but it's going to be so much fun. But I just want you guys to know. And look, I'm going to put it in the corner for my buddy, and I'm excited. Me and my mom, we are going, and we're going to be at the Paint and Sip May 18th, Hardy Entertainment. That's
Next
here.
Saturday. Yeah.
And yes, next
Sold out.
Saturday. I'm taking my mom for Mother's Day.
Yes.
That's one of my Mother's Day gifts to my mom is we're gonna go to the Paint and Sip with Hardy Entertainment.
I have over 70 people coming. Over 70.
Ooh.
I know, right?
And initially it was really for 40, so you
Yeah.
had to expand it and invite more people. That's pretty dope. Okay, I got my caller calling in.
Sarada. To accept, press 1.
Hello, Sarada. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So, you are on Juicy Talk Live, and I wanted to get with you and I wanted you to come on to talk about your amazing business and what you're doing in our community. So, let me just give
Yes.
everybody who's listening and my listeners a little background. Sarada she's a business owner. She's been a business owner for how many years?
Oh, more than 18 years now.
She's been
Okay.
a business owner for over 18 years. She's been braiding my hair since she was a little girl, really, really young.
Yes.
And she's been a business owner for a long time. And she has a new business venture that she's on, and she's going to come on and talk about it. So, and I'm so excited about it because we are personal friends, and I've known her family for a very long time. And man, oh man, when I say I have been blessed to have her mother's cook for me and eat her cultural cuisine. So can you tell us a little bit about your new business venture?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. And you're doing such a great job. So I'm praying that this takes you very far
Thank you. I appreciate
with your
that.
new talk show. But
Thank you.
the new business that's going to be in town is going to be the African cuisine because we all know that we need the diversity in our community.
Yes, we do.
So it's going to be a new African cuisine. It's going to be called Karamos, which is named after my late father because he always talked about having some type of, African restaurant here and also going back home and doing like an American restaurant back home.
Beautiful.
And unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to do that. Such an amazing feeling for me to be able to fulfill that.
That's so beautiful. So, and just thank you for telling us the background on why you decided to open up this restaurant. And so, you're going to be having African cuisine. And where are you located? Where's your business located? Located.
It's going to be on 185th, down the street from the shop. So the shop is also on 185th. So, I've been owning that shop since I was like 16 when I first started cosmetology school. So it's just an amazing feeling to actually bring a new business onto that street also.
What's the address?
It's going to be at 818 East 185th Street.
So that is 818 East 185th Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
Me, I love, love, love African cuisine. And I love everything about it. I'm so excited. So what are some of the things that will be on the menu?
So some of the things is going to be like, our fried rice, what you guys call jollof rice. We're going to have like grilled chicken, grilled fish. We're going to have actually like lamb chopped meat, but African style. So it's just going to be the very authentic African food, which you already had some. And what I'm planning on doing is maybe like each week I'll have like a stool, which is like a sauce that go over rice. And each of our stool have like, different ethnic differences. So I'll probably have different stools every week. And then I'll probably will, explain people how did that come about, what part of Africa that's from, or what is it made with. So it's going to be very more so educational.
I have a question for you. What dish is that? What is made with greens and
I'm hoping to also do like events there, motivational speaking events. We're going to teach people about Africa. We're going to teach people about the food of Africa, the culture. Oh, I have so many ideas for this restaurant. And I just cannot wait to share with my community.
Yes, and I'm really, really excited. Just as your friend, I know that you travel a lot and you travel to a lot of different places. And like, I can't wait to start traveling with you more because I know that that's one of the things that we're doing. She's
Yes,
taking me to Africa, and she's gonna be having trips where we go to Africa, and she's gonna take
yes,
us a tour of of Africa.
yes,
And I'm so excited about because a lot of the things that we really need in our communities, we need to know our culture. We need to know where we originated from and where we
yes.
came from. What part of Africa are you originally from?
So I'm from Guinea Conakry, which is on the west side of Africa.
Okay. So it's like Guinea, right?
Yep. And a lot of the educational part would be my dream ultimate goal would be to bring Black Americans and Africans together because I feel like we're so divided because, Black Americans here, African Americans here don't really know Africa for the Africa it is. You guys are only taught what you guys see on TV, and thank God for social media. Now you do see the good parts of Africa, but before we really didn't have that. So we just judge, Africa for what we see on TV. And by me, when I was in Africa, because, I was born and raised there for a little bit, I only saw the bad part about African Americans here. So I want to use the restaurant where we can come together and actually know that we are all African. We're all the same color. We sometimes share the same dreams, same goal, So that's the ultimate goal for the restaurant also.
And go ahead. What were you gonna say, Hardy?
I just want to ask, what dishes? It's a dish I had before, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's made with greens and chicken. What dish is that called? Is there?
Say that again. I can't hear you very well.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, it's a dish that it had like chopped up greens and chicken made up all together, made together. Is there a name for that?
And you said it's green.
So
Yeah.
he was saying it's like greens and it's like chicken and it's all mixed
Mixed
together.
together.
It's
Is there a name for that?
Okay. So there's different. You may be talking about like our okra sauce. That's with okra, and we do put chicken and meat in there. Or you may be talking about our spinach, which we make like spinach into a stew.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've had it. I've had a lot of different things. I think I've had one where it was like spinach and
Yes.
kale mixed together and with chicken, and I think
hmm
people put different things in it. What can you
Yeah, we
spell
have
the
like
name of your
peanut
restaurant?
butter.
Oh, that's the one I love. What
It's
say it again?
Yeah, the peanut butter stew. My clients are very excited about that because
Woo,
my mom is always feeding our clients. So it's good that we
yes.
can actually bring it now to
That
other people.
is my favorite. That is my favorite. Can you spell the
the
name of your
the
restaurant?
spelling, it's KARAMO.
Okay, and so for those watching, I'm going to put the name of the restaurant and the address, and that is in Cleveland, Ohio. If you come to Cleveland, Ohio, if you're watching from wherever you're at, just know you have a really good restaurant to come to. Karamo, 818 East 185th Street. I'm so excited for you. Just being a young Black African American woman, African woman that lives here and has your own business. Like tell our viewers how old you are. I mean, because
I
they need to
am now
know.
31.
Oh,
She's
I'm
31.
31 now.
She's been a self-employed
I'm getting up there.
business owner for 18 years. She's been in the game 18 years
wow,
having
that's
her own
incredible.
business. That's incredible. I'm so very proud of you. And she's such a polished, amazing businesswoman. And she's so professional. And she does so many different things. She's like an ambassador. She has like so many different things that
She wears a
she
lot of
does.
hats.
She wears a lot of hats. Very much so. So I'm
Very
so
good.
very proud of you and everything that you're doing. I definitely cannot wait to come enjoy. I know your mom is going to be in the kitchen cooking, and I'm excited, especially about
Yes.
the peanut chicken. Ugh, y'all just don't know. It is so delicious, and I just can't wait for our
Yeah.
community to experience it because it is so good. It is so good. So, and when are
Yeah.
you opening? When is your opening, your grand opening?
So I haven't set a grand opening date yet, but we're shooting for something for June.
Coming
Yeah,
up
so
soon.
definitely follow Juicy Talk to
Yeah.
get that information because she will be having a grand opening. You know, I will be there. I'm gonna always support you. I will be there for the grand opening. I will be eating there,
Absolutely.
getting birthday parties, events catered. I
Yes.
can't wait. I can't wait.
What is the African dessert?
Yes.
What's the African dessert?
He said, "What's an African dessert? Like one that's really
African
common."
dessert. I would say maybe like our fried donuts.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Yum,
Interesting.
yum, yum.
Our
So
fried
excited.
donuts, which is it's made with like flour and different flavors, and then you can top it with chocolate or vanilla or different type of icing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds delicious. Well, thank you so much, Sarada. I'm looking so forward to coming to the restaurant, sitting down and enjoying food with you guys. And again, that is Karamo on 818 East 185th Street.
Thank
Please.
you so much. I appreciate
you.
you, and I'm sure I'll see you soon before the opening.
Absolutely.
And as soon as I know the date of the grand opening, I will let you know so you can let your followers know.
Can
Yes.
I come there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I'm so excited for you. We're gonna
Absolutely. You are more than welcome to come, and your first meal will be on the restaurant, okay?
Oh, thank you so very much. I'm so excited. And we're gonna blog about the whole thing. We're gonna be on live, we're gonna make it a whole event. We're gonna be live so everybody
Yes,
can watch
'cause
us enjoy. And I cannot
Bon
wait.
appetit.
yes, it's been a
Yes.
journey. It's been such a journey because being a hair salon owner is different than a restaurant owner.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I just been blessed, so blessed that it's been taking a village to actually get the restaurant open. So I've been having so many support and so much help from friends and family.
See?
Awesome. I'm
Goes back
so
what I was telling you about
excited.
the-
It takes
the
a village. It takes
Yes.
a village.
Definitely
Thank you
does.
It
so
does.
much, Sarada. When you get a chance, I want you to do a commercial. So you could come on and you can do a commercial and we're gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on my channel for you, okay?
Absolutely. I would love to.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you so very much.
All right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you. You guys
Thank you.
have a great night.
You
You
too.
too. Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night. Wow, it's been a show, y'all. It's been a time. It's been a time. Thank you, everybody who tuned in the whole time, who stayed with us through this whole journey. We truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you to Sarada and her new restaurant, Karamo, 818 East 185th Street. That is in Cleveland, Ohio. We're so excited for it. Thank you so very much for everybody that participated. If you have
Calls.
not, for everybody that called in,
Yes.
Delta Roots, thank you for giving us a real live example and
Juju.
being so transparent. Thank you, Juju, for sharing your wisdom and your experience with us. We thank you so much for everyone who left a comment, everyone who made us laugh. It's all about us together, coming together, having these difficult conversations so we can all be the best that we can be in this life. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate you
Okay.
all. I appreciate you all. We just trying to be better. When you
Yeah.
know better, you
We
what?
do better.
When you know better, you do better.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you joined in late and you didn't get to watch the whole show, go back and watch Juicy Talk on YouTube. Thank you so much. And we out.